Yeah, I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today we've got offensive 5v5 teams, defensive 5v5 teams as well. They're just in a different video, so look in the video description or wait to the end of this video. It'll be linked and you can just click on it if you want to be lazy. It's a good time, and this is going to be a weird season because we got a lot of new releases coming out during the season, not to mention the Datacron situation is a little bit wild. So yeah, this is the 5v5 defensive teams, of course, and then just want to say thanks to my patrons. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. There you go. Thrice awesome. Oh yeah, I didn't say it the third time. You guys are awesome. And thank you to everyone who supported my channel. Just remember, if you want to support the channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, melt the algorithm, guys. It's a good time. Now, let's get into it. This is kind of, I've been trying to find the best format for this, guys, and there's just not a perfect one, in my opinion. Let's get to the game, though, and whoa, we're in the game. So what we're gonna be doing this time, at least, is I'm gonna be showing you guys all of my basic teams and strategies for my middle account, which is, I think, more representative of most people who are playing the game right now. Now, I know a lot of advanced, bigger accounts are going to be watching as well, so I will be showing you my Galactic Legend builds. You can see I have a tab for that here as well, and that'll happen in the defensive teams video. I also am going to show you some advanced teams that I can't use the Datacrons for on my little account, but I'll be able to use on this account. So, and other teams that I just have on this account versus my 9 million account. So that being said, we have the Phoenix team first off, and this team with Captain Rex, you want the Omicron, though you don't really need it as long as you have the right Datacron. And this team just stacks offense, and it beats a lot of, it'll beat like Lord Vader teams depending on what the comp is. It'll beat. I'm interested to see if it'll beat Jedi Master Luke teams, just because his Omicron shrugs off ability block. You would need the Omicron for that. It probably beats a few different Galactic Legends, so very curious to see how this goes. Really reliant on turn meter, so not Jedi Master Kenobi, but you do have this cool Jedi Revan team you need Cal, and then you need Cal Kestis's Datacron if you want him to be fast enough, but all you need is Jedi Revan to be faster than their cat, but with the 25% speed up from Cal and his level 9 Kron, you can do it fairly easily. And then you just need double Yoda. This will kill Kenobi. Probably beats a couple other Galactic Legends as well, though I think Kenobi is the one that I'm the most interested in. And then, of course, my little account just doesn't have an Afra team yet. I've been working on it slowly, just throwing a piece of gear on here and there when I can, but it just takes a lot of time when I'm working on a lot of other, probably more important unlock characters. But this is a great place to throw Lord Vader, because he's kind of a hapless, he's in a hapless state of like, I don't know where to go. I'm like, oh, just go with Afra. He's like, very well. And he looks at me like he's gonna force choke me, but it's okay. If you want to kill a couple different Galactic Legends, you're gonna want B2. Other Galactic Legends you don't care about as much, but probably the biggest target for this Afra team is gonna be Jabba, and B2 is going to be able to stamp out a lot of Jabba teams. So those are the advanced teams on offense that you won't see on my other account. Now, let's go to my littler account that isn't 12 million. Let's go see how big that account is these days, actually. Whoa, we're on a different account. Wow, 9.6 million. Gosh, this account just keeps growing, and I keep not adding Galactic Legends to it. So this account only has 3 Galactic Legends. I've been staying in Kyber 2 pretty well, and we'll see. This will be an interesting season to test that, but we only have 3 Galactic Legends. Consistently beat 7 Galactic Legends, and so the idea behind this account is Honestly, guys, this season we're going to have a lot of offensive firepower. There's going to be some decent Galactic Legend builds, but for the most part, the thing that we're going to, I've noticed is a lot of teams are going to be going on defense. A lot of Galactic Legend teams are going to be going on defense. And so what do we do otherwise, though, folks? So what do we do for offense? I tend to have 4 good teams on the bottom zone, and then 1 good like Jabba in the back for defense, and then I keep a lot for offense so that we can be really efficient. And I think in general that's how I would advise people to play, honestly. Unless you're really good at off-meta stuff, in which case follow what my main account does and play 6 or 7 Galactic Legends every time. It gets a little bit hairy, but I think that that's the more rewarding one if you're into that sort of thing. That being said, the team that I've been practicing a lot with against Jabba is the Jedi Master Kenobi squad. And so what I need to get Echo a couple more relic levels. Gosh, I just need so many relic levels on so many characters, but this is the anti-Jabba team, and if you're not going to kill Jabba, you don't need to use Echo anywhere else, really. He's just really nice to get rid of that those debuffs. So this is the right team for it. I keep trying to remod my Ahsoka, my Snips, but she's got all the health. I think I just added like an offense. Oh yeah, crit damage triangle. So we're trying to slowly convert her into more hitting power. And then she needs more relics, but so does everyone. I mean, Cat's only relic 6, for crying out loud. FFS. Such an awkward word to try to pronounce, guys. I recommend you try it immediately. Now, we also have the Jedi Revan team, and here's the thing is, I do have the Alakron. Now, what the Alakron does is she needs to be Relic 5. I finally got her Relic 5 after threatening to do it for probably a year now. Because I think she only needed 3 or 4 to get from Kenobi. But okay, so you get the Ayla one, and every time someone else takes a turn, just an ability on their turn that could be basic, could be a special, she assists and she does more damage. And so the nice thing about being on the Jedi Revan team would be that she's going to assist all the time and be stunning all of your enemies and doing all sorts of disruptive things. Now, the thing is, you need to use the set 10 cron to do that, and that's not always going to be what you want. Sometimes you're going to want to use the set 9 Bastila cron, because I already have her at 7 because of Leviathan requirements. So Basti going up, using the Basti cron for 1 more season is going to be really clutch, in which case maybe we swap Ayla out and use like Old Ben or something more traditional. Cal, of course, will go really nicely into this slot eventually once I unlock him, and I'm very close to having all the requirements from when his event comes back, so really excited about that. But this team will take out most of the smaller teams out there. Most of the A-level teams that aren't Galactic Legends, it'll clean things up. It does a lot of cool stuff. This will kill a Supreme Leader Kylo team. I don't know how it would do. You probably want Old Ben if you want to kill a Supreme Leader Kylo team. Old Ben here instead, but instead of Ayla, but then Ayla could drop in and hang out with Jedi Master Luke. The thing about this squad as well, folks, is it's going to ramp a lot of damage over time. Now, we don't have a lot of foresight on this squad necessarily, except for Hermit Yoda, but as he applies that, we also have, and I should have showed you guys this while we were there before, but we also have this level 6 here, guys. So if you don't have the level 6 foresight for Jedi, please go get it, guys. I have 2 of them right now on this account, and it's actually, do I have 3? I think I might have 3, yeah, because I have one on Cal, and then I also have one for Qui-Gon. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty gnarly. Sorry to all the people who can't find that. It's kind of weighted against you, I'm sorry to say. That being said, guys, okay, I don't know what those squads were. So this squad's going to do a lot on offense as well, a lot of damage. Jedi Master Luke, he's in kind of a weird place right now because you could give him that Foresight Cron and ramp damage, but you don't really need that. What you really want to use is a set 9 with a ton of protection still on him, because that's going to do a lot of damage. Now, this is kind of, Old Ben, it's kind of weird how in demand he is. The AoE ability block and turn meter reduction is just so so nice to have, and so he's really nice here. Don't taunt with him when Jedi Master Luke's here. Shaak Ti kind of wants to go on a few different squads lately as well because of her healing and stuff. This team is... It's not the best version of this team if you put it on defense, but on offense, it'll take out every team except for the really good Galactic Legends. Like, don't mess with Rey. Don't mess with like, if you're desperate, use go against Lord Vader, but maybe smash it together with this other team. If you do if you're really feeling like you need to take out a Kenobi team, if you don't have Inquisition or something, then you can use Jedi Revan smashed in with Jedi Master Luke. That does work. So they're all. I like to have all my Jedi teams on offense just so we can mix and match as we will. Now, Commander Luke, you're kind of at risk against Iden teams, honestly. So I don't necessarily condone putting it on defense, which obviously this is an offense video, but I do have this on my defense as well, because you need something that's going to mess people up, and people feel a little timid using Iden. If you're in a place that isn't just Kyber 1 hardcore or even, you know, the upper areas of Kyber 2, then this team will still mess people up on defense, and I mean, that's the whole goal. And anyways, on offense though, if you can get the grid cron, then all those thermals that happen from Jabba aren't gonna kill your two boys here, and you have crit immunity on Han and Luke, so they'll stay alive for a lot longer. C-3PO has stealth, and the team, in fact, if you can roll a pretty decent grit cron for them with a lot of good armor pen, then you're gonna be able to do a lot of good. I think this one that I have has 185% armor pen plus some crit damage and offense. So you just want that grit cron for the Wookiees and you call it good. Otherwise, why does this keep going to that squad, man? Life is hard. All right, you have Inquisition, this team that I'm realizing, folks, that in some ways putting this with Lord Vader instead of just keeping it for offense is plausible, because there's such a robust number of teams that you can use in the off meta to kill other Galactic Legends. Now, this team does kill pretty much every Galactic Legend. I think Lord Vader's the only one that it doesn't have a fairly high success rate against, and so it's nice to keep for offense, honestly. And then if you put it on defense, people just destroy it with Traya. So I tend to prefer this team to be on offense, just because it can handle a lot of unforeseen situations, and if you need it to, you can a lot of times at least kill some of Lord Vader's team or clean up Lord Vader if you need to. So this is a really good team to have for offense. General Grievous, I really like this team. The problem, of course, is, and you can see it down here, Trench is kind of just stolen Newt, and I do think Trench is good enough if you have him at Relics, if you have his Zetas, if you have, the team available. I do kind of think he's good enough to steal Newt, because BB-8 is a pretty decent replacement for Grievous. He makes Grievous so crazy fast, and this whole team just does very well. Need more Relics on BB-8 to be able to make full use of the various crons that we're going to be wanting to use, but yeah, this team, this will take down a couple Galactic Legends as well, though it has to be a fairly weak Sith Eternal Emperor or a Jedi Master Luke squad of a specific type. But otherwise, I think that my favorite use for this is against Starkiller, or against, if you have Newt, the one reason to break Newt off of Trench would be to use this team against a Commander Luke team. It's fairly seamless if you have enough potency and speed, and they don't have too much tenacity and thickness and etc. The standard stuff. So with Trench, I'm not sure about who the fifth one is going to be. Like on this account, you can usually afford to use Watt, but I'm a little resistant to be showing people like, yeah, just use Watt, because I don't have Sith Eternal Emperor. People like to use Watt with Sith Eternal Emperor or with Supreme Leader Kylo, either one, and so a lot of times Trench is not good enough to pull Watt away, and I think the best fifth is probably going to be the Geo Brood Alpha, though sometimes Sith Eternal Emperor wants Brood Alpha as well. There's a lot of question marks here, but one way or another, Trench is a good cleanup squad. It takes down a lot of middle range squads. They do a lot of good stuff. It's not a world beater. Like I said, it can pull Newt away. It can even take Jango away because, sadly, I think the Maul team is just about to disintegrate pretty hard here. And Dooku wasn't doing anything anyways. He come on, Dooku, get over here. You weren't doing anything important. He's like, I was too. I'm like, no, that was you as Saruman. When you're Count Dooku, you just sit there. So, Hondo team, so you can use Hondo with a few different squads, of course. He's pretty good. I really love his Omicron, actually, especially in 5s, because it gives him that extra turn meter, and it works with Dash and everyone. Of course it does. However, the thing that you have to realize is he gets 25% per Scoundrel on his team, 25% bonus turn meter, and so he's going to, I don't have him very fast. I should probably work on getting him faster, but he gets 50% turn meter on top of his really pretty unremarkable 232. But if you can, that still boosts him to probably faster than the majority of players. You're like, we'll have to get him a little bit faster, honestly, on this account. But he can operate instead of Watt to get you that first turn, so that you can lock someone up, and then Maul can take his turn, Canderous can take a turn, and then the whole, you get the whole turn meter train rolling. And Hondo's a good, cheap alternative to Watt. Now, Watt's a bonus turn, so Watt's really nice to be able to go if you are worried about going first. Watt will always get you at least one turn with Maul to trigger that frenzy. Hondo will not outspeed like Galactic Legends, for instance. So you're rolling the dice a little bit there, but Hondo's pretty nice replacement there. And then you can also put him with Dash or with Sana if you have her, etc. Malicos is coming out, and he'll be available. We'll unlock him on Monday, and then we'll be able to register for GAC and use him on week 2. And so Seer, this team is basically ready. Maybe put some more relics on crew. That's the theme, guys. Maybe put some relics on. This team could go on defense for week 1. Now you see, I have Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum here. This team is basically ready. I'm gonna be unlocking Malicos, and I'm really excited because I don't have Lord Vader, so I have Maul to be able to take things out. And Maul is I'm gonna miss this team, honestly. It's been so much fun, and I think I'm not totally sure, but I think Maul is gonna end up hanging with Taron, Malicos on a Seer team, and I think this team is just gonna delete people. I don't know if Fulcrum's gonna stay there. There's a lot of questions right now, but if Fulcrum doesn't go with this team, I don't know where she goes. So luckily we have her ready to just be on this team forever, and that's the hope. And I'm guessing we'll kill some Galactic Legends. I just don't know how good Malicos is going to be. It's hard to glue everything together. The people that I've talked to who have played on various testing servers, private testing servers, say that he absolutely annihilates other Galactic Legends, most of them, but they're not real forthcoming on showing footage, so whatever, man. We'll see. I did get Maul up to Relic 8 in anticipation of the absolute domination that Malicos is going to subject everyone to. I hope. So this will be fun. Otherwise, I would say, guys, try Seer on offense. She's a lot of fun, in fact. Seer plus Fulcrum, you get so many buffs, you really just destroy people. It's a ton of fun. Now, I've been resisting this forever, but I'm out of Jedi, folks. I don't have enough Jedi, and Juhani's the only one without a job because she's Relic 5. She's amazing in Territory Wars, but she's not good enough in GAC to have a job. But now she's Relic 5, and I need Relic 5 on the team. So she's the Jedi for now. I'm just got Plo up to gear 12. I'm gonna try to get him some gear soon so that he can replace her, because you want a tank. But man, Juhani's just so close to absolutely worthless, and at least Plo can do some cool stuff like dispelling, and he can give some turn meter to people. He can do some interesting stuff. I don't know if it's just to Jedi or not, but one way or another, Plo is way better than Juhani. That's what I have available, though. And then I have Ben here because I don't have Rey. If you don't have Rey, I mean, Visas Mar is fine here. I just happen to have Ben Solo available, and he's kind of nice. You can armor shred people with him. You can do some. He does more stuff than you might think, but yeah, he's not a world beater, certainly. This team will kill Rey teams. It'll kill some Sith Eternal Emperor squads if they don't have Savage. It'll kill some. It'll take out some Jedi Master Luke squads, depending on if you get ability blocked permanently from him, etc. This squad does a lot of work for offense. I hate putting it on defense. Please don't do that, guys. How fast is my Mara Jade? I forgot now. Yeah, 367. I always try to get my Mara Jades a little faster than 365 because the standard is 365. So if you have to do the mirror and she gets to go first, then you're good to go. Now, one thing about Traya, guys, she's great on defense. She's almost Galactic Legend level on defense if you can put Savage with them, and if your opponent. Well, I mean that's it. It's as good as a Galactic Legend if you can put Savage with them. If you put them. But there's not an easy solution to Reva squads, to Inquisition, if you don't use Traya. There's not really an easy solution necessarily that I've found. And so Traya I like to keep for offense. If your opponent doesn't have Reva yet, then put it on defense instead, I think. You don't necessarily need Sith Assassin, just throw in another. I mean, Darth Talon would be really nice. The Talon, I think, should be on defense with your Sith, with your Malgus squad, if you have them. Now, this squad can be either, I think on defense you probably want Hondo here, but on offense you can use Nest. You could use, I think my main account is probably going to use Young Han. I'm working on him, trying to get him really good. You can take down Jedi Master Luke squads. That's the common theme. All of my teams can kill Jedi Master Luke, it seems like. But this team with Vandor, for whatever reason, the AI doesn't like to target Vandor. They'll do it, and last season I kind of complained a little bit because it seemed like the AI targeted him more, but that might just be RNG, or my expectations might just be a little too high. One way or another, though, this squad with Queel and IG, I mean, they're so good with Scoundrels, guys, and Queel boosts the team and damage. You want the Omicron on dash, of course. They delete things on offense. The problem is we're getting to the point where we have too many good things for offense, even for this account, and I don't know if we need them, frankly. So you can put them on defense and make them your opponent's problem. Nest is also good on this squad just because people don't know how to kill Nest. Even still, even after, how many years has she been around? Like 6 years, something like that, and people still don't know how to kill her. It's incredible. Lord Vader counter with these bounty hunters. I know that most Lord Vader teams are not going to be killed by this bounty hunter squad for the most part. Sometimes you just want to send in the bounty hunters to kill the ads if you can. Sometimes you can't even do that. If you don't want to do that or can't do it, sometimes you can reconfigure this team to use with like Aura Lead or something, and you can take out like a Sith Empire squad or something lesser. The squad is still pretty relevant, really good at deleting all the different Galactic Legends as a cleanup squad. It does a lot of cool stuff. One thing that I will point out, guys, is if you have the opportunity to take out a Lord Vader team with Reva on it, if Lord Vader's on a Reva squad, then you can use this squad to hopefully get a quick contract and then delete Reva with Beskar, or not Beskar, but with the normal Mandalorian, or OG Mando. You can maybe take her out. So, and then even if the rest of the fight is a fail and you lose, then that helps. Lord Vader's going to be kind of a menace if people start putting a lot of Inquisitors on that team. It can be tough, though. This squad actually beats a lot of those Inquisition builds. I've done it a few times now. As crazy as it sounds. Now, Troopers, we have one more season where the thick Kron really messes with them, and they're not going to be able to kill Lord Vader. However, they still do some good stuff. I didn't do my Lord Vader killer squad because most people are using thick Krons. If they don't use thick Krons, then you can use the Iden with Watt build, and that's my best use for Watt is on this team. But other than that, they'll still take out a lot of squads. I mean, not everyone is going to be facing. My main account is going to be in the top 30, top 20, something like that. And I expect people to be placing some truly heinous squads that aren't going to be killed by Imperial Troopers, unless it's a gross misstep on their end. But if you're not in the top 50, Troopers will still kill something most rounds for you. Most people place something that, as long as your Piet is fast enough, then you're going to be able to delete them. Get some good relics on your Dark Trooper, and you'll be able to kill stuff. Now, here's kind of a... right now, we don't have a place for Gideon, though eventually we'll probably have somewhere for him with the new Gideon, the Beskar Gideon team that's going to be coming out. So he'll be here. He'll probably disappear, and the Gidme squad will disappear. But if we go with the idea that what's his name, Echo is going to go with Jedi Master Kenobi to kill Jabba, then we have to find other support characters, guys. We have to find other support characters, and if that's the case, they have to be Galactic Republic. And so Gidme still works, even with a gear 10. I just put him up to gear 10 on Cup because he doesn't take much gear to get him to that point. He starts to get pretty needy at that point. At least more needy than he should. But as long as there's support characters, so Tech and Cup, you still get to use the Gidme squad to get all that courage and be able to delete. I mean, this team, as silly as it sounds, it might still delete a Traya squad, or at least part of it. So don't count it out. You just need a fast Gideon, you need a decent Padme, and then of course these two not well suited to working with other characters. But I mean, Cup, as long as he has enough courage on him, he'll still kill the same stuff that Padme does. You can use R2-D2 as well. I think I have R2-D2 on a different squad. However, R2-D2 would be great. Ayla works there. Grandmaster Yoda, I just have uses for all of them. Now, if you have the Cody Kron, and this isn't something I'm going to be able to do on this account, of course, but I've heard that if you can do the Cody Kron and you do the clones ramping damage with it and stuff, then the Bad Batch can do some cool stuff instead of Omega. I'm a little skeptical, but we'll see. You need the Kron for this to be any good, of course. Otherwise, Omega, even at gear 7, is going to be way better than Cody here, if you don't have the Cody Kron and you don't have the relics to use it. Let's see. So we have Iden here. Deletes Commander Luke, deletes Mon Mothma, deletes Geos, and otherwise, she does okay. You can put him on defense if you want, if you're not afraid of Wampa. Oh, hello there, Wampa. He'll kill Iden for you. Mon Mothma, pretty good to clean up. She's going to get stashed on defense sometimes, of course, as well. And I think the reason I would want to keep Mon Mothma at this point is to keep Kyle Katarn available as a Jedi, because I'm running out of Jedi, folks. I'm more excited than I should be to have Ayla at Relic 5. I can finally use Ayla for full, strong teams. It's absurd. The Nice Sisters are going to delete something like General Grievous. It can also clean up, or you can take out all of the Jabba ads if you need them to. And then finally, we have this weird Build-A-Bear. Like, what else are you going to do with Darth Vader? I mean, I showed you guys Afra works, but on this account, I just have a bunch of weird leftover stuff that probably normally just goes with Lord Vader, at least some of it, but the squad will, in fact, delete a lot of things if you're... I mean, this will kill a Nice Sister squad, for instance, because Watt will give the weapons tech to Darth Vader, and then, as long as you can kill a Nice Sister, they won't revive with Darth Vader. You can tie up one of their guys. You have a pre-taunt. TIE Fighter Pilot has the buff immunity, so you can disallow people from getting taunts, etc. And then finally, I mean, I have to show the squad almost contractually obligated, because I doubt I'm going to use it that much, but I am going to I use it in 3v3 a lot. I have 2 Omicrons on here. Is it a good idea? No, but it's also an option for offense. So anyways, guys, these videos always take a little longer on offense because there's so many options for offense, but I'm going to show you guys the Galactic Legends that I plan to use, the best versions of them, in the next video on the defensive teams video, and then I'll show you the best defense possible. So thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zereth prevails. Take care, folks. Click on it, guys. The like button and the defense teams video below.